On March 15th, my sales director and I are going to do a one-day virtual training, sales training. We're going to call it a sales summit. If you are wondering if you need to improve your sales skills, let me tell you a little bit about why I think it's important and why I think particularly it's important from what I've learned doing mentoring over these last numerous years. We have a VIP mastermind group. Some of you may be in it, some of you may not be in it. But that said, one of the things we do in that group is we do role plays. And there are two things that consistently are shown in that role play or those role plays. One is listening skills or the lack thereof, terrible listening skills. Listening is hard. And two, picking up on those things that are important to the other person and then using those to help you sell that person. So in its simplest format, sales is identifying a need, finding a solution for that need, and then having you be the solution that they pick to fill that need. And most people do not understand that. Most people end up selling features as opposed to benefits, and they sell what's important to them, not what's important to the other person, which is a critical mistake. If I don't want to buy a $25 million home and there's no way in the world that I can afford to do that and we don't want to live there, et cetera, you try to convince me to buy a $25 million home probably isn't going to happen. And the same is true in what we're doing, whether that be the board of directors, the professionals, the accountants and lawyers, professionals, the banks, and ultimately the prospects. You're going to need to identify what it is that they would like to see happen if they want to consider a sale. And there's a few ways to certainly give them options on what a sale might do. A lot of people think they have to sell the whole business and walk away. That's not true. But you have to identify those needs. That means you have to talk to them. That means you have to understand what it is they want to have happen. And then you can fill those needs and hopefully make that sale. Most people end up just thinking about what's important to them. It might be as crass as doing a cold call and saying, do you want to sell your business or not? I have no idea who you are. I have no idea if you're a business broker, if I don't even know and maybe never thought about selling the business. Now, yes, you want to find motivated sellers that are profitable, and you've got to get through those two gates. But once you get through those two gates, find out what's important to the other person. When I started my sales career in corporate sales, we ended up spending 2 years in training. You don't need to spend 2 years in training. We ended up making joint calls with someone who was more senior to us for the first 6 months. And then we made calls on our own. Why did we make joint calls? Because you can learn sales, I think, the best by being around those people that know how to sell and basically shadow them. So can't do that for you. This isn't a done for you program. I'm not going to make the calls to your board of directors, financial institutions, prospects. That's what I'm not going to do. But my marketing director and I can share with you what we know about successfully selling. And if you end up using those lessons, I think your results will be better. Literally, I have had persons, and one person in particular that comes to mind, changed one word in their approach with banks where they were getting nothing. And after they changed that one word, they said the next week, wow, it worked. I didn't have a single person raise that objection where everyone raised that objection. So, a couple of things. One, again, it's March 15th. If you want to see the details on this, go over to go.brucewhipple.com/summit2, go.brucewhipple.com/summit2. And for those that are listening and watching, hopefully listening, on this video, I want you to go not use the checkout on that Summit 2. I want you to use a different checkout, which will give you a discount. And that's brucewhipple.com/summit special. brucewhipple.com/special. If you do that, you will get a discount. So remember, buy it through that link. But I hope that if you think about your progress, you think about, are you getting to be where you want to be? Are you making the progress you are? That if the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no and you're having troubles getting chairpersons, banks, financial institutions, professionals, or prospects, you might want to seriously consider joining us on the 15th. So I hope that helps, and look forward to seeing you on March 15th.